Welcome back. It is Thursday, March 21st in the NBA. Our three best bets are on the way. It's Austin joined by Logan. Let's dive into a recap from yesterday, a 2-3 day. Let's talk about it. Suns -8, wonderful call, Logan. Great POD at cash. My best bet of the day was Cade Cunningham's over in points. He came through. Then our three losers. Let's talk about it. Gary Trent Jr. He ended with 18 points. He shot terrible from the field. Maxey was honestly one of my worst wagers of the season. He helped you, Logan, out in a big way. Suns, man, dropped to season low, 6 points. I don't know what that was. And Daily Double obviously did lose. Miles Turner ended with, 6 points? I think he had 5 fouls. So almost had as many fouls as points. That's not a recipe for success. The Daily Double or Ladder Challenge will return on Friday. We got 3 picks coming inbound today. And like I said at the top of the video, we have a 1.5 unit play today, and it's coming from you, Logan. So I'm going to let you lead things off. I'm not going to promote anything other than we just cashed an easy over 4.5 in the first 5 innings in the Dodgers-Padres game. We were watching it, and it cashed in the first inning. So we certainly will take that a good, 1-1 start to the MLB season. Those videos are coming up next week. You'll see us some more MLB content. But Logan, I'll let you lead things off. First pick of the day, 1.5 units. Which team you backing?
1.5 units. The lights are pretty bright for me on this one. And I'm taking the New Orleans Pelicans -2.5. -110 odds on ESPN Bet, your best value there. Now, I wanted to make this multiple units, but Austin's like, hey, let's just, how about 1.5? We can settle on that. And I said, all right, I like 1.5. I like picks that I'm pretty confident on, and I would play this one up to 3.5 if the Pelicans spread does track that way throughout the day. But the Pelicans find themselves as road favorites against a pretty hot Magic team. You're like, Logan, Magic have won 4 straight games, and then my counter to that is, who have they played? I'd argue some of the worst teams in the league, probably the 4 worst teams in the league: Hornets, Raptors, and Nets. I mean, come on, man. They play the Raptors twice in there. I really think that this being a big step-up game against the Pelicans is going to provide a complete mismatch in this one, and I think the Pelicans win this game comfortably. Actually, I don't even think this one will be all that close. Pelicans are averaging 110 points per game in their last 5 games while just giving up 104 points per game. We know the calling card of this Pelicans team is defense, and they're no stranger to playing in low-scoring defensive battles, which is what Orlando specializes in. Against an elite defense in the Magic, I still trust the scorers like Brandon Ingram, CJ, and Zion to be difference makers. I just think if you're looking player for player, there's a lot more pure scorers on this Pelicans team, and the stats definitely agree with me there. And I also sneaky. I'm not a prop guy like Austin is, but I do like. I think it's just a big Valanciunas game as well. He should be able to dominate in the paint against Wendell Carter and Goga Bitadze. I'd be rubbing my hands like that if I saw Goga Bitadze trying to match me up if I was Jonas Valanciunas. The Pelicans, 5th in 3-point field goal percentage, while Orlando is 22nd. Again, when this Pelicans team gets hot from 3, I don't think there's many teams that can actually compete with them. Why? Because they play such good defense. Orlando could get run out of the gym. If the shots are falling for New Orleans, this is a game to not be very close, just because New Orleans does give a lot of effort on the offensive and defensive end. Offensive rating, Pelicans are 8th. Orlando, 23rd in offensive rating. Huge discrepancy there, guys. You got to score points. I just think the points will come a lot easier and from a lot more options on the Pelicans side than Orlando. Defensive rating, Pelicans 5th, Orlando 3rd. That's what I've been saying. Both these teams play really good elite defense. The difference is the offense there. I think that's what's going to make the difference for this spread. And the Pelicans give us the road win and cover today. I really do like them. I like them 1.5 units much. Typically a little bit higher than what we do play it at. But I think this one stands a great chance at cashing. Austin, where are you going with player props today?
Yeah, another additional note for the Pelicans, who I really do like your pick, is that they just shot below 30% from the 3-point line in their last game against the Nets. Still obviously easily won that one. I believe I was trying to look back. The last time they went back-to-back games shooting below 30% from the 3-point line, I think it was the 3rd game of the season. So obviously it's been a while since they did that. Obviously the Magic, really good defensive team. Don't give up a lot of catch-and-shoot threes, but if they're going to limit the catch-and-shoot threes, that means you're giving a lot of one-on-one coverage to Zion going into the paint. And Zion's been a beast over the last, 2 months or so. He's been really, really good. Love the Pelicans, 1.5 unit play. Hopefully it cashes. Now I'm going to start with 2 props. I'm going to end the video. We're going to start with my best bet of the day. Normally I just lead off the video, but Logan had the biggest play of the day. We're going to let him lead things off. I'm going to a guy that just hurt us a few days ago, and he's going to make our money back, or else we won't be betting on him again this season. It's Dejounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks, over 24.5 points, -115 on Bet365. Now, this is a big milestone number. Obviously, 25 plus points is a big number to get if you can. I mean, most books will have a 25 plus in case the line does go to 25.5. I don't mind it either way. It's my best bet of the day. And like I said, Dejounte did just burn us, but I'm going to go back to him. And yesterday, the Suns obviously clutched up for Logan, and they did a great job on Tyrese Maxey, limiting him to season low 6 points. They were locked in defensively. Now, I won't say it was, hey, their defense was so good. Maxey was missing a lot of shots and really wasn't as aggressive in that second half. So, and honestly, they were getting blown out until, they tried to make a late run in that one. Obviously, the Suns came in, could not close out a game in the fourth quarter, had at least to make it a little sweaty. But Maxey missed some easy shots. And Dejounte Murray, if there's anything I know about him, he's never seen a shot he didn't like, and he will have a lot of usage tonight, and all we're asking for is that he can make some shots and keep this one close. As we all know, we took Murray's over in his last game, and he went out there and scored a big 13 points. He shot 6 for 18 from the field, did not play a single minute in the fourth quarter as they lost by 31 points. Now, today they will be without their star, Jalen Johnson, the young and up-and-coming star. He will be out of this game. I don't know how many games he will miss, but he's out tonight, and he's a big loss for the Hawks. Not only, defensively, but scoring the ball, and a lot of that usage that he's had over the last 3 games, he's had a 37%, 20%, and a 30% usage rate over these last 3 games. He's kind of was trying to make a run at that most improved player of the year. He no longer can win it because he will not qualify for 65 games, but this is just a team that's going to plug and play a catch and shoot guy. Maybe it's Wes Matthews, or maybe it's some other catch and shoot guy that they throw in there. And there's going to be a ton of shots funneled all the way to either Bogdan Bogdanovic or Dejounte Murray. And I'm going to trust Dejounte to bounce back here. We've seen in the last 3 games, these were all very recent because Jalen missed several games recently, but the last 3 without Jalen Johnson, you've seen Dejounte Murray score 41, 23, and 40 points. Look at the field goal attempts, 25, 20, and 29, and he's had 30% usage in all 3 games. His only game he went under, he shot 7 for 20. I think the only way that Dejounte Murray goes under this line is 2 things. Number 1, they get blown out, which sure they could get blown out. They're, 10-point underdogs on the road, but they just got smoked in their last game. And number 2 is if Dejounte Murray does not play well, and maybe he shoots poorly. If he's going to have usage, I can guarantee you that tonight. He's going to shoot the ball a lot. If he's making his shots, this will be sweat-free. He'll score 25 points. But I really do think this is just a spot. I just don't trust the Suns. We gave up some stats yesterday about guys that shoot the ball versus the Suns, and they score a lot of points. Obviously, Maxey only got 13 shots, so it wasn't a lot of volume for him. I'm pretty confident Dejounte Murray getting up a ton of field goal attempts. I consider his PRA line, but I was like 38.5, and I really don't want to touch something like that. That just relies on him to get a lot of rebounds and assists. We just saw them play. I believe they played the Suns. I don't want to quote it. Maybe like 3 months ago, so it's been a while. In that game, Trae Young had like 31 points and 16 assists, but on his sidekick, Dejounte Murray had 22 points, and that was in a secondary role. Now he's the number 1 guy. He's going to get a lot of field goal attempts. I really like Murray's over in points. And then the second pick is actually going to be a same-game parlay. It's going to involve 2 Brooklyn Nets, 2 guys that actually were featured in day 1 of the Daily Double a few days ago, Cam Thomas and Dennis Schroeder. I like Cam Thomas for 20-plus points and Dennis Schroeder for 10-plus points. This is -120 on BetMGM. Now, this is also -120 on Bet365. I think DraftKings is about -130. Personally, FanDuel does not have a playable price for me at -147. That's just a little bit too juiced. At that point, I'd probably just take a bet on the single unit play, which would be Cam Thomas's regular over in points. That was going to be my play, but it was getting too juiced. A 21.5 line was about -140, and 22.5 obviously is there. I could see him finishing with like 20 or 21 or 22. I feel like these lines are pretty sharp, especially this late into the season. But I like both Cam Thomas and Dennis Schroeder tonight and their matchups. We talk about it all the time. You take your guards against the Bucks. That's what the Bucks have really struggled. Now, they've been obviously a better defensive team since the first few months of the season, but they haven't been great, and on the road or back at home on a back-to-back, I don't know if they'll be any better, but we've seen Cam Thomas. He's been a beast since he returned 6 games ago. Look at his stats since then. He scored 31, 29, 21, 22, 31, and 25 points. Scoring 20-plus points, what we need in all 6 of those games. Also, big thing for him, playing 30-plus minutes. The new coach, Kevin Ollie, is obviously going back to him, and he's saying, hey, we want dogs that can go out there and score, and hey, that's been Cam Thomas, and he's attempted an average of 20 field goal attempts per game. We know, same thing about Dejounte Murray, same thing about Cam Thomas, but like on an X level. Cam Thomas has never seen a shot he doesn't like. He will shoot some dumb shots, and that's going to happen. But what I really do like is that he's been performing, especially on the road. Someplace he had struggled in his career. But in his last 3 games versus Milwaukee, some of these coming off the bench, he scored 21, then 45, and then 8 points. The 8 was a game he only played 12 minutes. And I want to say that was that game where they played the whole, I think you saw the old Nets coach play them the whole first quarter and then bench everyone. That obviously was that game. He still had a good start to it. But look, we've talked about it all the time. You take your cards against the Bucks, and I really think he'll get his opportunities today. We know Brook Lopez plays a lot of drop coverage, and Cam Thomas, what he loves to take is those pull-up jump shots. He'll get plenty of them today. Same thing as Dennis Schroeder, another guard against the Bucks. Dennis has been really good, 10 points in 13 straight games. He has kind of earned Kevin Ollie's trust to run this offense, and he's playing a lot of minutes. And look, he's coming off a bad game, still got it done, 4 for 12 shooting. If he shoots any bit, even close to 50%, this is a no-sweat winner in terms of 10-plus points. But I really think the volume is consistently there for Dennis Schroeder. And like I said, he'll probably get the Damian Lillard a matchup tonight, and I'm not scared of Damian Lillard defensively. So I really like both these two guys in a 2-leg same-game parlay. I like both their individual lines. Just going to play a little bit safer each of them by a couple points and take Cam Thomas of 20-plus points and Dennis Schroeder 10-plus points. I know it has been a bad, start to really, March has not been too kind for us in terms of our picks, which is why today, if we somehow have a losing day, which I really like our picks today, if we have a losing day, we will give away $100. All you got to do is go down below, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. You should be subscribed already. And just comment something down below, especially if you made it this far into the video. We definitely appreciate it. So comment down below your favorite pick, or maybe some kind words, or I don't know what you're thankful for. I don't really care. Just comment something, like, and subscribe. If we have a losing day today, meaning we don't go at least 2-1, we'll give away some money tomorrow. But Logan and I are going to be back dialed in tomorrow morning, hopefully recapping a 3-0 sweep. We really like the card tonight. I know it's been some bad luck all of March, but we got to turn it around eventually, and there's no better time than the present. So 3-0 sweep. Let's have a winning day, or else we'll give you guys away some money in the comment section down below. You guys have a wonderful day. Austin Logan signing out. See you in the next one. Peace.